Yo, what's happening, guys? Coming at you in this video to answer some questions that we had, but it's going to be more specific. People are wanting to know how to get the most out of your Down4sound amp, and also what Down4sound amp do you pair with your subwoofer or speakers that you have, and how do you go about doing that? So we're going to get into that in this video. All right, let's jump right into this. So, very frequently asked question is how to maximize your setup with a JP amp. So if you're wanting to maximize your setup with a JP amp, and then number 5, how do you determine which JP amp is right for your setup? So this is kind of one and the same question. If you already have if you're thinking about getting a Down4sound amp and you want to get the most out of it, the biggest thing is to make sure that you set yourself up for success with it. Running the proper size of wire, like over here, power and grounds, make sure that's good. High quality RCAs, good quality speaker wire. And then you want to make sure your electrical is up to par. It's good to keep your amplifiers out of direct sunlight, and if you can, make sure there's ventilation for them, so that's going to make it where you get the most out of your amplifiers. Because obviously if you mounted this amp, even though we have a high flow fan on here, down here on this end, if you mounted it to some thick carpet and it was smashed up against that, it would not be able to operate like it should be. So how do you go about pairing your subwoofer? Like, we'll just use subs first. So one person's or one company's RMS rating for their subwoofer could be very accurately rated, and then you could have another company, say Sundown Audio, that's very underrated. So if you have like a 15, say you have like a pile or a pyramid subwoofer at Walmart, and they say 1500 watts on that, I guarantee you that there would not be any way that subwoofer would handle 1500 watts. But on the other side, a Sundown sub could easily take 1500 watts and probably double that amount of power. So it's kind of up to you to set yourself up, like do your research on what you're actually getting, and kind of proceed with this information from there. So we're gonna go with like a Sundown sub just for this situation that we're gonna do here. So say that we have a Sundown XV3 subwoofer. This subwoofer is rated at 2000 watts RMS, but I would personally want to put a little bit more power on that because I know it can take it, and especially if you're smart with it, you get an amplifier. So me personally, I would probably run a JP33 on this subwoofer, or a Sundown Salt 3, something like that. It's going to get it moving really good. The amp's not going to be stressed out. And if the sub's a dual 2, again, also ohm loads are very important. So if you have a dual 2 sub and it's just a single 1 subwoofer, you'll be able to wire that to 1 ohm, and the JP33 is going to give you at least 3500 watts at 1 ohm. So that would be a great pairing with that, and it's going to work great. If you have 2 subs, it's just going to be like double that. So and then you would want to change to dual 1s. If you want it to be at a 1 ohm load with 2 subs, you'll have dual 1s, and that'll give you a 1 ohm load. You could use a JP63, and for a 4-channel or a mids and high recommendation, you could do, for instance, the Down4sound SFX 65 is a very popular economical option for people. A pair of them is $29 just for the pair, and you could pair you could get 2 pairs of those. That's going to be 4 speakers, and they're 100 watts RMS each, and you could pair that with a JP84 or a Minimax 100.4, and that's going to give you the RMS power for those speakers. It's going to sound great. And since it's a more economical speaker, I wouldn't really overpower something like that. You also have to take into account what you're paying for something. If you're paying $600, $700, $800 for a subwoofer, like an X series sub, it can take a little bit more power than what it's rated at. But on the flip side, if you're paying $15 for a speaker, what do you really expect? Like, you can't expect for it to take 2 or 3 times the RMS power when you just paid $15 for something. That's going to be something that's more accurately rated power-wise. So again, if it's rated for 100 watts RMS and it's a $15 speaker, I would stick to the RMS power rating. You can use a JP84 amp, which we have available in like 8 different colors now as well. or a Minimax 100.4 that we have in a bunch of different colors too. So this is kind of how you pair your amps with your speakers and subs. Again, there's a lot of variabilities here with like not knowing what your particular brand of choice is and even the model it is. So it's kind of hard to just throw a blanket statement on this stuff and it like cover everything, because there's so many variables there where one thing doesn't always apply to the other. So anyway, if you have any other questions, you can ask me in the comments as well. Don't forget about the Down4sound difference. Guaranteed lowest prices, fastest shipping, and best customer service. And we have a ton of different financing options on the website under the financing tab. We will see you in the next one. Later. What's happening, guys? If y'all enjoyed all the hot content that you saw in that video, be sure to follow me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram under the Life of Price, and also Down4Sound Shop on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget Snapchat. I'm JPD4S on there, so be sure to check me out there. We'll see you in the next one. Later.